We all get into a point in our lives where we decide what's next after high school. Do we go to college to get a degree, or do we go to the military to ensure financial stability? But let's be real, most of us don't know what we want to do with our lives after high school. However, that wasn't the case for me. Hi, my name is Alhaj Diaf, aka Game Dev Haj, and in this video, I'm going to be going over why I decided to go to college as a game design major. Let's get into it. So it all started in middle school. In 6th grade, I was chatting it up at PE class with my friends, talking about some games and whatnot. Then my friends and I were talking about what we wanted to do when we grew up. Some said computer science, others said military, and one other person said nursing. Me, on the other hand, wanted to become a game designer. I thought about it for a little while before announcing it, but yeah, it was official. I decided that I was gonna major in game design. Fast forward to 7th grade, I was in English class with my teacher, Miss Matthews. I think. It's been a long time, so bear with me. Miss Matthews told us to make a presentation about what school we wanted to go and what major we wanted to pick. So me, thinking I was rich, decided Full Sail University, a prestigious university known for being one of the most creative institutions of all time, ranging from game design, computer animation, film, music business, and more. And of course, my major was going to be game design. I had a relentless passion for it, and I knew 100% that I would love it. So fast forward to presentation day, I presented my slideshow to everyone, which consists of majoring in game design, what Full Sail University offers, and of course the cost of tuition and classes. Thankfully, everyone loved it. They were amazed about game design being a major. However, it was ridiculously expensive. Tuition is about $26,906 a year, and a degree is ranging from $64,000 to $71,000. Yeah! So my classmates, who were actually being nice for once, told me to look for other universities that still offer similar values. Then I really realized that I don't have a job and my parents are not that well off to pay for school. So then I decided not to go to Full Sail University. Aww. So I had to make sure I could go to a school I could afford, even though if it means I can't go to my dream school. Fast forward again to high school, I still remembered that I wanted to major in game design, but I had to pick schools that I could afford. My options were VCU, ODU, or GMU. First, VCU. VCU had its benefits, first of them being that I would be close to home. The campus looks alright considering it's in the middle of the city, but I heard the community was pretty great there. Although there was one thing that made me decide not to go to VCU. It didn't have a game design major. And also I didn't want to live close to home. So yeah, VCU was off the list. Secondly, GMU. GMU is a really good school. It has a great connection with Bethesda and especially the famous Todd Howard. They would occasionally meet students and give them advice about the gaming industry. And of course, they have a game design major. So I decided to apply to GMU because of the benefits it offers and of course the major. And finally, ODU, a former PWI which now has a wide range of diverse group of students, plus having a game design major and an esports arena. The campus is pretty nice and the tuition and classes are not bad. What's even better, it was an hour and 30 minutes away, not too far and not too close from home. So then I applied for ODU. So when I applied for both, I then had to decide whether I go to ODU or GMU. GMU, a school with great connections and a beautiful campus to live in, or ODU, a diverse university, great communities, great campus life, and also having a game design major and esports arena, while having decent prices for classes and tuition. So when I finally got the email from both schools, you would think I had an option to pick. Wrong. I didn't. For some reason, I got denied by GMU simply because my transcripts didn't transfer properly. I didn't really have time to figure out that issue, and I was also leaning more towards ODU. So ultimately, I decided to attend Old Dominion University, majoring in game design and criticism. It felt like the best decision of my life. I was offered the $5,000 merit-based scholarship every semester. At this point, I didn't really think about not going to college or going to the military. My parents made me believe that going to college was for the best. The more education, the better off I would be. So I accepted that this was supposed to happen. Fast forward to the beginning of freshman year, I was scared but also excited. My family was helping me pack my stuff in my dorm, cleaning up a few things and then placing some stuff where they need to be. That was it. I was on my own. This was the beginning of my journey in Old Dominion University. Freshman year, I was outside, partying, making new friends, but I was making sure I was completing my assignments, studying, and keeping that GPA above a 3.0. I'm not gonna lie though, it wasn't easy. I failed some assignments, failed quizzes and tests. I was struggling in math a little bit, not gonna lie. It was kind of getting crazy. But I didn't give up. Sometimes at this point in college, some people drop out, but that wasn't me. So I locked in. I studied, managing my time wisely, and going to help centers for something I was struggling in. I was doing better. I was prioritizing school more than other stuff. But I was still having fun. You gotta find that balance one way or another. However, while I was too busy having fun, I didn't think about the internship till the last month of the semester. I applied to a lot of internships, but of course, me being a freshman with no experience, I got denied by a lot of companies. At that moment in my life, I felt like I failed. But of course, I didn't give up. I promised myself I would try again next semester. So then sophomore year came around. I started applying for internships immediately. In that year, I was gaining experience making games, learning how to write stories, world building, level design, and game design. I also did game jams so I could have experience working in teams, and obviously put it in my portfolio. This time I applied for over 30 internships but got denied by all of them except for one. Indiecade. Indiecade is a non-profit company hosting events for educational indie games. Last year I got an interview from the head of the company and got hired on the spot. I felt relieved. I finally landed an internship until I found out that it was unpaid. But that's okay, at least I was going to gain experience, right? But things got even better because this was the same year I started to work on Project Forsaken with my team. This is the time we were a few months in the development process. Around May, me and my good friend Nick decided to attend Summer Game Fest to hopefully make connections and try to find a job. It was early June when we attended and it was a blast. We got to talk to a lot of people in big gaming companies like Microsoft, the people who are making The Witcher 4, and also indie game developers and publishers. It was like I had 2 internships in one summer. It was the best summer ever. Now fast forward to my junior year. After attending Summer Game Fest and completing my internship at Indiecade, I decided to go all in this year. I applied to a lot of internships once again, as I was more confident in my skills and experience. Later that semester, I participated in the Shadows of Imagination Game Jam, a game jam based on a narrative theme at Old Dominion University. The theme was reflection, and we had 2 weeks to make the game. I called my friends Nick, Tavier, and Cole that were recent alumni of Old EU, and of course asked a few friends around campus to help work on this project. Then finally, we all locked in. After 2 hard long weeks, we finally created a game called Echoes of the Past. Sounds familiar, huh? Then finally, the event of the game jam was here, and everybody was playing each other's games, and of course, presenting it in front of everyone. Then they finally announced the winners of the game jam. Take a wild guess who won that game jam. Yeah, it was us. Team Blackspire Interactive won Best Game of the Semester. It was the best night of my life. Winning an award for something that I want to do for the rest of my life. It gave me hope that one day I can achieve greatness. So later that semester, I decided to attend the Game Awards for the first time. An event where we can celebrate games as an art form, in person or from across the world. I know that TGA isn't like it used to be back then, but regardless, I was excited to attend this event ever since I started watching the Game Awards in 2017. The event was fun. I got to meet a good amount of people. I got to talk to the creators of Expedition 33 and Joseph Ferris, the creator of A Way Out, It Takes Two, and Split Fiction, and met other game devs as well. I attended with more friends this time, which was really nice. Now we made it all the way to this semester. Early on, surprisingly enough, I landed an internship, which was paid this time. But, yes, there's another but, it's $500. I know, but that's still really good. I actually plan on using that $500 to attend Unreal Fest this summer. Later on this semester, another game jam comes around. The theme this time was, well, time. So I gathered all of my previous teammates while also recruiting new friends into the team. So we all got together and came up with a solid idea, which then led to Temporal Urgency, a first-person survival horror time-based game set in the steampunk Victorian era, where you play as Victor Andrews, a kidnapped scientist. Bro, they already know about this, bruh. Dang! My fault. We worked on the project for yet again 2 weeks and we made it just in time, considering the game was very ambitious. Later on, when the second Game Jam event came around, they announced the winners and we won second place. Second place is still really good. I was still proud of myself and especially proud of my teammates for working on the project. But being in second place, we received a lot of good reception regardless. So then my team and I decided that we wanted to make Temporal Urgency a full-fledged game. So during the rest of the semester, I'm working on Project Forsaken, Project Temporal Urgency, and of course all of my assignments for school. So now, here we are, in April. It's been a tough couple of months. I'm almost done with my junior year, and then getting ready to go into my final year of Old Dominion University. So that begs the question, do I regret going to ODU, or was it a good decision going to college? Well, my answer is, I don't know. I won't know until I graduate, or a little bit after. But what I can say is, I do love the college experience so far. Meeting new friends along the way, and gaining more experience in the gaming industry. You know, it's not every day you see a college student going to Summer Game Fest and the Game Awards in the same year. I mean, I'm not trying to brag here, but I do have to do this to increase my chances of becoming successful in the gaming industry. And other game designers as well have to do this. Studying alone isn't gonna help. It's about who you know, not what you know. It's about making the connections that can bring you opportunities that you'll never expect. So, now you know why I attended Old Dominion University. My advice for folks who are wondering what's next after high school, think long and hard because it could define the rest of your life. If you don't need to go to college, then don't go. But if you want to, just think about it before deciding because it's gonna be a crazy journey for you. And that goes for any decision you make, whether you're going to the military, college, or going a different route completely. Alright y'all, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you won't miss content like this. It's been Game Dev Hodge, and I'll see you guys in the next video.